So Pro-Q4 has just landed. The updates to this plugin is incredible. And one of the features that they've added might just be the end for Soothe 2. But I hope it's not, because I like Soothe 2. So what I'm going to do in this video, I'm just going to run through what this plugin can do, because it's packed with so many new cool features. It was already, Pro-Q4 was already amazing. And yeah, now they've just made it even more amazing. So we've got Pro-Q4 here. And as you can see, it's had a little lift in the interface. It's looking a little bit more sleek compared to Pro-Q3, which is a little bit more flat, a little bit more matte looking, I would say. This one's more, I don't know, shiny. Just had a revamp. It looks good. So the first thing I want to talk about is, if you're hovering across the yellow line, you can notice that it changes from filter, shelf, bell, high shelf, high cut, low pass, however you want to call it. It can do that. So if you just double click, there you go. It's created you a high cut. Same down this end, low cut, high pass. But now you can also just double click down there, lower half of the spectrum analyzer. And if you double click higher, it's going to create a shelf. If you double click in the middle, high up, it's going to create you some bells. So why is that useful? So if you've got, for example, you want to get rid of some of them frequencies, let's say 379. So 379 hertz is a bit loud. We want to tame that a bit. So we can just double click and it's going to create a node, which is nice and quick. If you just click once, it's just going to create the node. It's not going to have none of the display down the bottom. Click on the node again, it's going to bring up all your displays, all the displays and knobs and sliders for you to tweak the node. If you go lower down again on the right side and double click, it's going to create you that high filter, which is really cool. I like that. So down the bottom here, we've got a brush tool. Click the brush tool, and Pro-Q4 is going to give you the ability to just draw in some nodes. I mean, that's okay. I don't know when I'll be using something like that, but it's a nice feature to have. And then we've got the keyboard down here, which is the same as Pro-Q3. We can just click on, say, for example, A4, 440 hertz, standard tuning, and create a node. This is a cool feature. I like the changes to this. So you double click on the channel name, and it brings up all the other instances of Pro-Q4. And you can click and make changes inside. You can click on them to make them bigger. Wait, what's happening there? Wait, I want to make that one smaller. Why is that? Oh, so yeah, so you can pin them. You can do all sorts. This is crazy. You can make them bigger and smaller with the slider. And you can click on that button. Just going to make the instance bigger of that particular Pro-Q4, which is cool. So I'm still getting used to this thing, still early days, but there's a few things that I've been messing around with. So you've got a search bar in here. So if I wanted to search for Pro-Q4, that's on the beat, then I can do that. And then I can see that there's some masking going on there. So I could pull out that frequency there. With that, I just feel like it's just going to speed up your workflow. So we just press the X to X out of that. So now we've got some saturation options on Pro-Q4. I'm going to show you in a minute what that sounds like on vocals. Actually, I'll show you now. So I've got this vocal here. I'm just going to double click, make a little node.
I'm bringing it back, throwing it back like Friday.
Sorry, I forgot to mention, if you double click halfway down the spectrum, it's going to create a low shelf. And if you click up above, it's going to create a high shelf. So I should have mentioned that. But once you play around with it, you realize how easy it is to just create nodes. So cool. So I'm going to show you these saturation add-ons. At the moment, it's on clean.
Duty, diggity, XAJT, I'm bringing it back, throwing it back like Friday. Bought this flow out the garage, savage,
Subtle.
but I'm doing it my way. Chileng, yeah, I'm onto a winner. So curvy, but our waist come thinner. I'm just trying to show you love like Tiller. Two-step to the beat like Thriller. Preing up at IG, know how to double tap that. And I'll be back about 9 if you still want to Snapchat, scratch that. We're going out tonight, everybody in the club and they're moving right. But I'm only seeing you, diggity, XAJT, I'm bringing it back, throwing
Doesn't
it
sound
back.
too bad. I like the way it sounds. Let's see what it sounds like down lower end.
Diggity XAJT, I'm bringing it back, throwing it back like Friday. Bought this flow out the garage, savage, but I'm doing it my way. She ling, yeah, I'm onto a winner. So curvy, but her waist come thinner. I'm just trying to show you love like Tiller. Two step to the beat like Thriller. Preeing up at IG, you know how to double tap that. And I'll be back about 9 if you still wanna Snapchat, scratch that. We're going out tonight, everybody in the club and they're moving right. But I'm only seeing you. Diggity XAJT, I'm bringing it back, throwing it back like Friday. Bought this flow out the garage, savage, but I'm doing it my way.
Yeah, so it sounds quite subtle. I like it. I like the saturation. So let me show you the spectral feature that's been added on to Pro-Q4. So create a node, and you can use, say for example, so there's a part in this vocal
Throwing it back like Friday. Bought this flow out the garage
that I want to get rid of.
Diggity XAJT, I'm bringing it back, throwing it back like Friday.
So I can just use the EQ and pull it out.
Diggity XAJT, I'm bringing it back, throwing it back like Friday. Bought this flow out
So now we've lost that frequency altogether. So there's the dynamic EQ that we can use, which is just going to get rid of the frequency every time that it plays.
Diggity XAJT, I'm bringing it back, throwing it back like Friday.
That's cool and all, but now we can use it like Soothe 2, and that's simply by clicking on the spectral button. So we just click the spectral button here.
Diggity XAJT, I'm bringing it back, throwing it back like Friday. Bought this flow out the garage, savage, but I'm
And now we've got Soothe 2. Now we've got Pro-Q4. It's taking out all the frequencies that we might have missed. So kind of like Soothe 2. What else is cool about this is you can change the depth. So you can have it smooth, you can have it harsh.
Diggity XAJT, I'm bringing it back, throwing it back like Friday. Bought this flow out the garage, savage, but I'm doing it my way.
But not only that, it's on auto right now, but we can change that. We can use the threshold. Yeah, and we've got attack and we've got a release.
Diggity XAJT,
Which gives us a little bit more control.
Diggity XAJT, I'm bringing it back, throwing it back like Friday. Bought this flow out the garage, savage, but I'm doing it my way. She ling, yeah, I'm onto a winner. So curvy, but her waist come thinner. I'm just trying to show you love like Tiller. Two step to the beat like Thriller. Preeing up at IG, you know how to double tap that. And I'll be back about 9 if you still wanna Snapchat, scratch that. We're going out tonight, everybody in the club and they're moving right. But I'm only seeing you. Diggity XAJT, I'm bringing it back, throwing it back like Friday. Bought this flow out the garage, savage, but I'm doing it my way. She ling, yeah, I'm onto a winner. So curvy, but her waist come thinner. I'm just trying to show you love like Tiller. Two step to the beat like Thriller. Preeing up at IG, you know how to double tap that.
Yeah, that is just lovely. An amazing addition to Pro-Q4, giving us all these tools to make our job way easier and just make it quicker for us. So now you see what Pro-Q4 is capable of. Is it worth your upgrade? Is it gonna kill Soothe 2? Let me know in the comments what you think of it. You've got so many different add-ons, additions to this plugin now, which makes it way better than it was before. At least for me it is anyway. If you've used it, let me know what you think of it. If you're thinking about using it or you've used it and you don't like it, drop a comment, let me know. See you in the next video.